This is Krannaken Vocals II, a collection of more than 280 vocal loops that were recorded from British and American talk radio programs. All loops are completely unprocessed so that you can add your own effects. This means that they will completely suit any electronic dance music song. These are available for you to purchase from We Make Dance Music for $24.99. Alternatively, why not save money and buy both Krannaken Vocals 1 and 2 for only $39.99. The links are in the video description below. Thank you for your interest in products from Krannaken.
It's really difficult. One of the most important figures I saw coming out of this over the past few months is that despite the issues with it's got sand in the engine, but where does the real growth come from? The one word that runs the economy: confidence.
Staring into the abyss. What does Boris need to do to save the travel industry?
I borrowed too much. Stuff we need. You ain't going to see them again. Absolutely right. Good heavens. Big guys. Because banks don't provide capital.
That will be the end.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually seen now that this lockdown, we can't afford another lockdown.
Boris is handling this wrong. Come on, we've got to start thinking about the money. He's still obsessing on COVID.
I would agree. Where is the leadership here? He's having to react to a prime minister that flipped, get out of the way, I'll take a job. We are going in that direction. There's lots of talent in this country. The economy can recover really quite quickly because apart from anything else, those people who have been, how much stuff can you buy? They've been sitting on cash. There's a cash surplus at the moment and invested in Britain. Venture capitalists are far too short.
Some months ago, I thought there might be something to be said. At the moment, it seems to me there's no possible justification for it. The people who are unvaccinated and who are apparently resisting vaccination are at negligible risk.
We've beaten COVID. It is no longer a threat to us. The go-to guy, he's certain that he's right. He's certain. He has always been right and he always will be right. People like that, let me tell you, they're dangerous. The science doesn't exist. Why should we listen to one scientist over another? What is the science? There may be 1 million cases a week pretty soon. That's not happening, is it? They are gloomsters, prophesize doom all the time.
Some sort of religious cult come to a political decision for the direction of the country. It's no good.
Oh, well, if only we'd have locked down 3 weeks earlier. Let's not forget all the wrong advice that these experts have given the Prime Minister. The power has gone to their heads. They need to be slapped down, don't you think?
It's a bit like taking a sledgehammer to a nut. That's the way you crush a nut. There are much easier ways. The elderly and vulnerable should be protected. The rest of us should actually get on with life. We do need the virus to go through the population.
Defeat the virus. Lockdowns don't in any way defeat a virus. They postpone its progress.
Immunity from the vaccines.
What's going on? City leaders and residents really concerned about all of these shootings.
Yeah, and they should be. The story is not pretty. We've had about 370 shootings this year. Homicides are up again this year too. Gun violence.
How are you going to fix it?
We need more cops. There are some big changes that need to happen in policing. The King County Superior Court made a number of mistakes. There's some time to resolve this, but not a lot.
Historical lessons had not been learned. In Afghanistan, there's been heavy fighting. Police in New Zealand have shot and killed a man. He stabbed and wounded at least 6 people in a supermarket in the city of Auckland.
We talk about unprecedented times all the time. Is that where we are?
We haven't had normal times for 18 months. Something like 4 million people were sidelined by the coronavirus. They're not looking for work and they're not working. Those people are reluctant to come back. The economy is fully recovering.
Industries of the future.
Is this part of the reason that this is being introduced now?
More state control over the economy.
And that also includes financial data, financial information, yeah?
It's looking into social media accounts that have repeatedly released financial news illegally, accounts that were not accredited by the government, and also accounts that distort economic policy interpretation. This is an economy that calls itself a socialist economy with Chinese characteristics.
Hurricane Ida has killed at least 59 people across the U.S. this week. Widespread destruction.
New York's subway system came to a slow start yesterday.
Restaurants and retailers shed tens of thousands of jobs last month. The late summer slump was a marked slowdown from June and July when employers' pandemic unemployment benefits are about to expire. The late summer slump was a marked slowdown from June and July when employers were adding about 1 million jobs. Pandemic unemployment benefits are about to expire. The unemployment rate dipped in August to 5.2%.
An attacker stabbed 6 people in a city supermarket today. He was shot and killed by police. 3 of the victims were critically injured. The attacker was a supporter of ISIS.
What happened today was despicable. It was hateful. It was wrong. It was carried out by an individual, not a faith, not a culture, not an ethnicity.
You will need to mask up at gatherings that attract at least 500 people. People who visit bars and restaurants will need to prove they've been vaccinated against COVID-19. Fairgoers who don't have a mask will be provided one. The rise in cases, hospitalizations, and deaths, health and safety violations, social distancing, homelessness, masking requirements, homelessness.
Anything you want to do, pretty simple to do. So that's the idea. Finish it off. Do what it takes to finish it off. They're doing it in Mom's oven. I have all that. It took me a while to figure it all out. It's got a lot of automation.
Wildfires are still burning up much of the western U.S. The Gulf Coast, Hurricane Ida. These simultaneous disasters have a common thread, driven in part by heat. Cascades of destruction.
Natural disasters are happening more often. Maybe every 4 or 5 years. Not every year.
A hotter planet.
More warming is on the way. Frequent storms, heat waves, and wildfires. Heat waves and wildfires. Emergency managers around the world are focused on that future.
It's a big deal, right? If your job is disasters and disasters are becoming more frequent, people were saying, well, look, you know, which was really, really kind of scary. We can't divert our attention right now. We see this all the time. Obviously, that's important. Something is wrong.
Recovery efforts have to move faster.
Understanding
hot summers turning forests into kindling. People are starting to realize that places they always thought were safe now may not be.
We're the first 300 boots on ground Marines. When I returned to Kabul, my birth city, I was trying to teach the Marines about the Afghan culture. Being the only one that spoke the language, I became friends with a lot of the locals, and they would bring food. Like, my mom made some food for you. They saw me as one of their own. Afghan people, honorable. I was right there between two cultures that I love. I could see the whole city. Desert. Huge Afghan flag. Afghanistan, to me, is my motherland. Beauty. They're survivors. That's what they are. 40 years of war. Poetry. They wake up every day, dust the dirt off their shoulder, and keep going. We told them that we're here for their safety. We're here to make sure that they progress. I feel like I failed the Afghan people. I lied to them. I had to escape, just like them. I joined the service basically to serve the country that allowed me to come. As I've gotten older, I've realized what my part in this world is to help others. It's the rent we pay to live in this country. I'm sorry. We failed you.
Many people feel like they're helpless to these catastrophic fires. The reality is they're not. All they have to do is make sure they don't start the fire in the first place.
General elections are coming up.
Lost popularity, the pandemic. Washington, sumo wrestling, golf, Tokyo, Japan, Seoul.
Immense damage, really intense. United States.
Washington.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. That's how it felt. California. Over time, the pace of work is unhealthy. Disorder.
My kids ran cross country around here. That's a tough decision to make.
Cars.
In awe of the beauty.
El Niño. Yes. They just appear, some of them. The right conditions, we know where they are.
You wouldn't have to work so hard. They're really precious then.
Remarkable urban areas.
4 of them died. They will not get vaccinated. I wish I had been more into the vaccine. I wish I had taken it.
Compassion, terrible thing. Stupid.
The guy who died. Oh, I got it. Here it is. I'm not getting the vaccine. That's the guy who died.
I'm not taking it. Are you kidding me?
I tell you what, I want my freedom to live. I want to get out of the house already.
Dumbass. Majority. You understand that, you stupid bozo the clown creep? But Schwarzenegger's the worst. You stupid person. They're all a bunch of Nazis now. You're a Nazi pig. Bozo the clown hairdo. You're a joke. You're an enemy of humanity. Scum of the earth. Absolute trash.
5 years in jail. His role in funding the very reckless, dangerous research at a Chinese country. It is a disgrace.
This is absolutely out of control. The ocean has no water in it. Bananas are not yellow when they're ripe. Apples are never red. Cherries are never red. Green lights are not green. The sky is not blue at noon. Mountains are not tall. I'm giving up.
Is COVID-19 a bioweapon? The evidence indicates that this is the second bioweapon that was developed. The development of a weapon like this, a bioweapon, SARS-CoV-2, is in violation of it's a violation of the Nuremberg Code. Uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States.
The FBI. But let's start over now.
Wuhan HU1. It's Wuhan HU1. Mass vaccination. What we have is vaccine chasing. This is like a dog chasing its tail, or a dog chasing a squirrel around a tree. They have no idea what they're doing on this around the world. These are all inflammatory diseases. Dallas.
Texas.
Enough is enough is enough. Our personal freedoms are less important than his vaccination program.
You just can't have Biden be America's doctor and do all this.
Congratulations. It was a dismal failure.